Soundbite.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 150. Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So
Welcome
hot.
to the nightmare, folks.
It's so hot.
We're fucking old.
No, screw that noise. It's hot.
Do you?
I don't
What?
care about. I don't care
This
what
is
you
the
talk
eventual
about.
heat death of the universe. It's coming.
Jesus.
You just guys
Wow,
not have
we are-
AC going on right now, or no fan?
We got a large fan blasted. It's
Not-
still hot.
Just hot.
Nerve Nathan.
I went to lunch today, and I didn't realize I turned off the AC in my car, and the fans in my car are really freaking strong. And I'm just like driving, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is like a newish car. Why is it not? You're just blowing hot air on me.
This isn't refreshing at all.
So yes, it is.
Excuse me, Mr. Tesla.
What can I do for you, Mike?
Oh, it's Mr. Nowak. The Nowak phone is ringing.
It's just the most generic ring you've ever heard.
Oh, okay. So I told Ralph that.
Why are you from Jurassic Park?
So, like a week and a half or so ago, went to a wedding. Had a lot of fun. Mom took a picture of me in my suit, so I'm like, hey, I haven't changed my profile picture in a while. Here's the picture of me in the suit. Whatever. I don't know if you were drunk or what,
No, I was wide awake.
No, he
EG
was
just went
coherent
on
for
a
that.
fucking tirade of just insult after insult of white
Because
car
everyone
salesmen.
When I first saw that picture, I saw that it was your mom that put it up, and I said, I'm going to be respectful. I'm just going to heart it, and I'm going to move on.
Me too.
But then you put it up, and I went, oh, now I can smash this.
So,
The gates are open.
like, a few days after
And I-
that,
Because when your
Go ahead.
mom put it up, there were all these comments of just like, oh, he's so adorable. That's my Mikey. And I'm like, I'm not going to come in and just be like, you piece of shit. Look at your ugliness. Like, that makes no sense.
I had
So
to
I'm
hold
like,
back
that's
a
just
comment
rude.
too.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
rude. Everybody's just having fun with it. I'm like, all right, bet. Nothing. When you put it up, I was like, he's going to get the same responses, but not from this guy.
Not
So-
from your boy.
so when you posted all that, a few days later, I'm talking to my mom, and she's like, oh, I saw the picture and all the stuff that your friend posted. I was like, oh, great. She's like, and I almost, she's like, but I knew what would happen, and I still almost did it anyway. I was going to post, leave my son alone. knowing,
Dude,
she
I would have
knew.
stepped in.
I know. Like,
Like, for real though. Fight your own battles, homie.
she
Bruh.
knowingly, like knowing what was going to happen, she was going to do that. I'm like, I would have not heard the end of it for years.
Oh, no.
Years.
We would have been smashing you, and you would have been just did your shrug and like, "Where's mommy?" She can't protect you.
Dude, I would have defiled your grave. Put that on your tombstone.
Here lies Mike. Leave my son alone.
Actually, I don't think it was going to be even son. It was going to be leave my baby alone, which would have been even worse.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you said to me.
Oh,
Yo, mama, smart one. She knew not to open them gates.
I don't know. Like either I
no,
think she's
Alex
just
would've
too
jumped on it
nice.
too.
Like,
Alex would have jumped
'cause
on
again,
it too.
she would have remind me to clip this. She would like again. She knew. She knew what would have happened.
Oh
Yes. She knew the smashing you would have gotten.
Oh yes.
Forever.
Yes. Oh.
Alex PM'd me while you were going off, and he's like, "I'm glad one of y'all did it because I was about to."
God, what else happened recently? So, I recently, like, since like 6 years or something, started going to the gym. Body's hating me. Mostly just because I have been slowly but surely getting not only a dad bod, but my dad's bod. And I'm just like, no, this isn't happening.
Oh, no.
And I talked to my dad. And
Not like this.
and I was just telling him about it. He's like, yeah. He's like, the last time I saw you, I noticed you were getting the NOAC gut. And I'm like, oh, it has a name. Like,
Why wouldn't it?
Good.
like, you know, you have like, oh, there's like the NOAC chin or the NOAC nose. Like, just like stuff you get from, you know, genetics. I don't want to fucking hear that this fat ass gut has a name in our family.
Oh yeah, you're well on your way, son. Dad,
So, yeah.
when did it happen?
So I'm
When were you born?
I'm trying to abate that shit. It's not gonna happen. Has
You know what? Maybe you cut down on Mountain Dew. 24 per day is a little much there, Mike.
nah. Once I actually get into
23 and 6 diets.
once I get into an actual routine, I'm basically gonna go up to a physical trainer. I'm like, basically, I just want to shed pounds. I'm not really concerned about getting buff. Basically, I just want to support my shitty eating habits.
I just want to remain normal. I don't want to go up. I don't want to go down.
Yep.
Absolute zero.
Exactly.
What can you do for me?
Mm-hmm. I say as I sip on my Mountain Dew here.
Of course you do.
Oh yeah. So did you guys do anything interesting over the past 2 weeks?
Nope.
Save for roast me.
No.
That wasn't even interesting. That was just fun for me. I was just like, you know what? Yep. It's slow. I'm not doing nothing. Got a little time. Trust your own mind.
Time to end this man's career.
Bruh, it was so much fun.
I feel like
said
there's
DA the one I was most proud of. I don't even remember it. That's how much like my smashing made to me.
the mics, you'll like it.
Mikey's, no, it wasn't that way. It was another one after that I really, really enjoyed. I did like the Mikey's. You'll like it.
Mm,
There was one like right after it that I was just like,
haven't been hearing that my whole life.
Yeah, that's why
sure.
I'm smart.
It's why I'm smart.
That's why it was smart because it plays on that thing you've done forever. I think it was the hopped out of the car like a Netflix adaptation of Speed Racer.
Ah.
Oh, I love that line.
Oh boy. So I guess one little thing I want to just mention briefly because we won't talk about it too much before. I know, if I'm not mistaken, most of us have seen Dark Phoenix at this point, so I wanted to actually talk about that a little bit.
Your boy has.
Okay.
Boy has.
Real quick, for those that actually want to support to a good cause and like video games, SGDQ is going on right now. Summer Games Done Quick, the speedrunning marathon. Go check it out there. I've already raised $600,000 for Doctors Without Borders. So go see some awesome speedruns. Go donate to a good cause. They are speedrunning Kingdom Hearts 3 this year, which I am very excited about.
Oh wow. Okay.
Kingdom Hearts games are some of my favorite games to watch speedrun. Someone did though.
Oh yeah.
Which was fucking insane. A blindfolded speedrun of the Punch-Out on the Wii. So all the dude had was audio cues. And he was just going on about, like, explaining certain things. He's like, I'm probably going to die, like, a couple times before I beat this guy. He never got past round 1. He would knock out whoever he was fighting in the first round each time. Which, for a normal person playing the game with vision, is stupidly hard. And he did it with just audio cues, and he PB'd. He got a personal best record in a marathon just because he just was stupid. I was working from home yesterday because I was expecting a giant package, and I'm just like kind of like typing a little bit, and I just like look over it and just like slack-jawed, type like a few more times, look over again, and just watching this man destroy this game. But yes, go check it out.
How often do they do that?
GDQs? Bi-yearly. They have Summer Games Done Quick in the summer, and Awesome Games Done Quick is like in January.
Okay, because they need to do. They're probably going to do one for suicide prevention. What with the whole Etika thing?
Yeah. I would assume so. So yes, for those that didn't hear, Etika, YouTube personality, big proponent of Nintendo and Smash Bros, was found dead 2 days ago, I think, at this point.
I believe so.
I believe so. Yeah.
And just he was dealing with mental health issues. People, take time for yourself, especially like online personality people. When you shove your whole life onto the net, there's really no escape from it, and you gotta treat your mind. So,
and also, people stop back off on people.
Yeah, quit being dicks.
Also, stop trying to be edgy with your bush. Did anybody see the Reddit post after he died?
No.
Just stop trying to be an edgelord funny guy.
And
Wait, which one? I've seen a lot.
The one that talked about smash people in water.
Yeah, that.
Terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I had heard about Etika when he first like went missing. Apparently, I didn't really know much about him, but then with like the flood that's been happening on Twitter past like day now, I've just been reading up. It's like the guy literally was a good person. He tried his best with his content and shit, and then like, so many people just fucking shit on him.
Yeah.
Like, the more I read about it, the more tragic it looks. It's such a bad scene.
Yeah.
One of my favorite YouTubers was friends with him, so I knew a whole lot about the whole thing that was going on.
Okay. Yeah. Because from what I noticed as well, YouTube took down his channel.
Because they took down, I'm not sure if it was his channel, but I know they definitely took down his farewell video. He posted a video the day before, or 2 days before he went missing or something.
Because from what I was reading, it sounded like YouTube had taken down his channel as well.
Well,
because they kept saying
was during one
channel.
of his meltdowns that he just started uploading hentai to his YouTube to get it taken down, and then he got brought back, and then he did it again, and that just sort of happened 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're having problems, mental health issues, reach out to somebody. I don't have the numbers. I should have gotten the numbers for the suicide hotlines for around the world, but there are resources out there for people to reach out to talk to people. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, whoever you feel comfortable talking about. Rest in peace, Etika.
Yeah.
Now, Dark Phoenix. BG, your thoughts?
It was a perfectly whatever movie.
So, yeah, it's better than Apocalypse.
Yeah, it was like a 6.
The one thing I didn't notice about it until somebody mentioned is there are a lot of close-up shots in this movie.
Absolutely.
Of just about everyone.
Have to be. It's like the sets. We paid y'all stupid money, and we're gonna see every pore in your skin.
Yeah, I was fine with that. The ending fight was all right. That's a big, we're kind of spoiled in a way by.
I disagree. It was all right. I really liked it, because it was the one thing I don't get enough of, and it's X-Men doing awesome X-Men things. Just give me powers. Give me your fake powers, you jamokes.
I will say one thing I did really like about the movie was Xavier actually being in the action. The scene in front of the hotel or whatever that was, where he's warding, like, the one psychic is doing just all she can to fight him and keep Nightcrawler, but he's just like, okay, freeze you, freeze you, freeze you, freeze you. He's doing like 18 other things. And then
Xavier's so stupid strong.
Cyclops actually doing shit is also cool.
Cause Cyclops is awesome!
I know he is, but in the movies he's not. It's the problem.
Give me more Clopsy.
Nobody want to see that.
I do.
Same here.
I love Cyclops.
He was my favorite X-Men as a kid.
This is a little far.
As a kid.
Even as a kid, there were 1,000 cooler X-Men.
There were only 500 of them.
Let's just calm down on that one.
You know what? Actually, he'd probably be number 2. Colossus was my favorite.
Yep, that's all I needed.
Like I actually
Colossus is agreeable as a kid. As I grew older, and Cyclops was way the up, but as a kid, you go down there.
But yeah, just, I mean, overall, it was a whimper of the ending to the X-Men franchise for Fox.
It wasn't a great way to go out.
No.
And I feel like they wanted retribution after the storm that was Apocalypse. Like, we can't end it like that.
Yeah.
And this was better than that. It just wasn't very.
Mm-hmm.
Logan really should have just been the end.
It should have.
It should have just been the end. Until they got bought.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like one of the things which, as far as the ending fight scene, like a lot of the X-Men movies don't have, like, how would I describe this? Like, I guess, like you said, the X-Men using touche. X-Men, like, using their powers and actually having, like, these kind of big action set pieces or whatever, a la the cinematic universe. And I think that's one of the things where I think people thought the ending fight scene was a letdown in Dark Phoenix, was because we had these gigantic fight scenes in the last 2 Avengers movies with Thanos that people are just... It's a bar that almost no one could hope to reach.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah. But I think people can't help but make the comparison.
You better start helping it, because what you gonna do now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they're part of the MCU now, eventually, so...
My only hope for MCU X-Men is that we get lesser known X-Men.
I can see that.
Because if they're bringing out in Guardians, they can probably give me some good, like, lower level X-Men. Give me armor. Give her to me now.
I'm sorry, did you say Blink?
I most certainly didn't.
Oh.
Blink was awesome. I'm sure you would love to see Darwin again.
Yes, I would.
Every time I see any post with him, I just think back to the super forced line from that movie. Slavery. Just turn and look at only black man. It's like, come on. Whew. And then, you know, him being the guy who can adapt to survive anything doesn't survive anything. I forget, wasn't it like in the comics he was like getting just utterly destroyed by the Hulk? Like his body kept trying to harden his skin, but the Hulk was just breaking through it, and finally his body just decided to transport him where the Hulk wasn't, which was like anywhere.
Just get me the
Yeah. So Which again, the movies aren't the comics, but it's unfortunate. He has a cool power. You saw a couple other movies though over the past 2 weeks.
Did I?
Child's Play.
Aladdin, Arabian Nights.
Oh wait, Rob, did you see Aladdin?
Ended up not actually seeing it. No. Did other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna save that for last. Well, I might as well save it for
You
last.
can-
It's the
Yeah,
only
you can
movie
go ahead and talk about it last. It doesn't matter to me.
because it's the only movie that somebody else besides me has seen. Has anybody else seen Child's Play?
Nope.
Fuck no.
Has anybody else seen Ma?
Nope.
No.
I want to see Ma.
So, you just talked about Dark Phoenix. I saw Aladdin. That's what I'm
Phrases
talking about.
out of context. I want to see Ma.
So, I'll start with Ma then. It'll be quick since I think DA still gonna want to see it, and I'm not gonna spoil anything with it. It was fairly enjoyable. It was very slow in some parts where I was just like, ugh, just not feeling it. But other parts, it was really, really good. The reason she's doing the things makes sense. Yeah, it was a fairly enjoyable movie. Like a ish, yeah, 7 sounds about right. Child's Play, I can't give you a fair assessment.
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
It's-
boy.
It's just not fair to anybody that expects me to give a fair review of that, because Child's Play is my favorite horror franchise and Chucky is my favorite villain. This is not technically Chucky because it's not Charles Lee Ray. It's just a doll. The reason for his comedic stuff, they explain it in a movie and it makes sense. Yeah, I really like the movie. I can't be unbiased though.
Mark
So,
Hamill. Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill was fine. I liked Mark Hamill.
I meant that as a positive, just because Mark Hamill's amazing.
Yeah. A lot of people were just like, all I hear is like Dow Joker. Shut up. Shut up. So that was fine. So Aladdin, let's talk about it, DA. Let's talk about Aladdin, DA. Let's talk about, because you got somebody to talk with Aladdin about.
Finally.
DA.
What you think of the movie?
It's so weird
Isn't it?
because I think I liked it.
But then there's the part of you just like, no, you didn't.
Exactly. Like, I didn't like that movie at all.
Is that like
Can
the
I
inner voice of like you have nostalgic memories of not necessarily nostalgic memories, but you like the animated movie, so you kind of want to like the movie, but
No.
you just don't.
Nope, because I think the original Aladdin is very overrated.
Okay.
I've seen it once.
So no, it's got nothing to do with nostalgia. It has to do with what this movie is, and I believe I liked it.
Dude, those backgrounds, were they not terrible?
When you were like paying attention to the background, I'm like, is there like extras that are in up? Like, what is he talking about? And then I just saw
when he's hopping through the tops of the roof, I'm like, this looks terrible. Them flying, doing, I can show you the world.
That was
that
terrible.
looked awful.
That looked really, really bad.
There were a lot of shots that just looked so bad in this movie. I'm like, for what? Like I said, there were certain parts when they're just talking on the roof. I'm like, this looks like The Room. Legit.
He's not lying.
Oh, hi, Jafar.
But it's like the movie has a certain charm that you can't deny.
Yeah, it's a very weird movie. Will Smith does a great job. No,
But like you said, anybody could have did that.
anybody could slot it to that. The dude that played Aladdin was awful outside of one scene. He can't sing.
He can't.
He was outclassed. Jasmine was doing laps around him, and I can show you the. He just sort of like whisper singing, and she just belted his crap out. I'm like, turn him up.
Louder, please.
Man, and he's not a particularly good actor. He doesn't have a lot of charisma. He's very, and again, how it wasn't not 100% of people were Middle Eastern, except for them two.
Bruh, everyone was like, we've got, and they're just like, oh, well, English.
It was ridiculous.
What are y'all doing? What are we going for?
What do we? And give them like a 10% accent, or dial everyone else back. Don't have people going at 100 and them going at literally 0.
I mean, even Justice League accommodated to Gal Gadot's accent for her whole people.
Yes. I don't know if they were. And why have the parrot if the parrot is just gonna be a parrot?
He doesn't talk.
He talks, but he just does like parrot stuff.
That's
Like
stupid.
Cracker, yeah.
It's so
Squawk.
bad.
Squawk, 4 words, squawk.
It's so bad, and he doesn't even look good.
You're gonna have fucking The Lion King happen with realistic animals, but you can't make Iago be Iago.
I mean,
Gilbert Godfrey's still alive. I'm sure he would do it.
I think they parted ways with him. Disney parted ways with him a while ago.
yeah,
He is quite raunchy.
he does not fit the family-friendly aesthetic they are pushing.
Again, there were 3 funny moments.
1.
I'm going 3 because that whole scene was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't remember the last part, but right after they get out of the cave, Aladdin's like, make me a prince, and he's trying on clothes, like, oh, here, how about this? He's like too flashy. How about this? Well, the hat's too big, and Will Smith just goes, that's not a big hat. And in the very next scene where they're doing the Prince Ali, he's wearing this giant turban, and nothing's made of it. And I love jokes like that. And if they would have been like, now this is a big hat, that would have ruined it. But nothing's made of it. A bigger hat. That was funny to me. I like that. And I don't remember the third one.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't good.
I didn't say that. I'm sure if I were to watch it again, because at a certain point I'll just start just eyes glazing over.
Especially during that climax.
Yeah, the climax was bad, especially during Jasmine's 2 songs. I'm like, no, I ain't here for this.
Wait, what was her first song?
It was right after. It was just her singing. There were no time. Thanos snap type stuff.
No. When was it though?
It was like right after she got back to the castle, and they were like, I think it was right after Jafar. Oh boy, put a pin in Jafar. Right after Jafar was like, just sit there and look pretty, and she was like, I don't want to sit here and look pretty. I want to.
Okay, I think it was just one song, but done to it like it was a remix.
Yeah, it was just like a part 2.
Okay.
Jafar, terrible.
I don't know.
How do you not know?
I don't know. Because at parts I really liked them. And then at other parts I'm like, this guy can't act like
no. My biggest problem was he was just the most generic villain ever.
No, see, I can't.
Damn, you are having trouble.
He's so conflicted.
Because he's right. His whole thing is about power and domination, but he has some really like traits. I'll say
He had one trait, and it's that he didn't want to be number 2.
but the whole when he put his foot on Aladdin when Aladdin's trying to hold on, that scene was good. That was like a when he's about to fall into the lava.
Oh,
I enjoyed that.
Is that a trait or a moment?
You know what? You might be right.
I've never heard you flounder.
Because I don't know how I feel about Aladdin. Whenever I'm debating somebody or just talking to them in a conversation,
You have a
You know how
strong
you
feeling.
I know what my feelings are towards the thing I'm talking about. If I'm talking about One Piece, I know what my feelings are towards One Piece, so I can say no, yes, maybe, this is good, this is bad, blah, 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 blah. With Aladdin, it's a lot like, I like this scene. Wait. This movie was pretty good, except that scene was enjoyable, but
So
like it's a lot of like. So
I-
as DA is
non-committal
saying,
language.
yeah, it's not committal. So as DA is saying stuff, I'm like, you know what? He is correct.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla or Aladdin?
I have yet to see Godzilla.
I thought you saw
I was the 4 movies I saw recently were Aladdin, because I was going to go see Godzilla, but I ended up seeing Dark Phoenix instead.
Oh, okay.
So
I
Dark
could've sworn-
Phoenix,
I thought
Aladdin,
we talked about it.
my
Never mind.
Child's Play. Yeah, I was going to go see it
Okay.
until I saw the times would be kind of conflicted.
I see.
So I'd be waiting around for like an hour or something. I was like, I'm not about this life.
Okay.
And right after Dark Phoenix, I mean literally right after Dark Phoenix, Aladdin started. So I was like, those are the 2 I'm going to go see.
Okay. Okay. I'm curious.
What would you give it?
A 4, except.
A 4 and a 7.
See, I enjoyed it more than Dark Phoenix, but I didn't enjoy it as much as Ma. But I don't think it's very good.
I've never heard so many qualifiers from BG before.
I can't tell you.
Perfect.
I literally couldn't tell you what I would give
I
it.
think that's the first question mark I've ever heard for a rating on this podcast.
Bruh, I don't know how to rate this.
Power.
What would you give
It
it?
sure sounds like you're having a lot of trouble, which is interesting to
Six.
see.
See, that's where I'm at. But Dark Phoenix, I think was better, but I didn't enjoy it as much.
This is amazing.
Shrugs.
Yeah, shrug.
Mic drop. There you go.
Yeah, I gotta just shrug on that.
Before we move on to something else, did you see the Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go
I did.
trailer?
I did not.
It looked so good.
I want it. Is
It looked so good.
I
it
like.
a movie or is
It's
it?
a movie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a straight to
God.
Blu-ray movie.
I don't care.
I know. I'm just saying what it is. I'm not saying it's a negative. They actually have two. I guess at some point they showed during the trailer, they're shoving like the Justice League movie, Justice League people like Nightwing and that Starfire. Like apparently it's their multiverse. The Teen Titans multiverse is going to be in this movie.
Yes, it's gonna be ridiculous. Looks great.
Teen Titans Go know what they're doing.
I just want this movie to do well because more than likely this is also another linchpin of original Teen Titans coming back.
I don't think so.
I think so.
You're probably gonna get one-off movies every now and then. You might get.
I would be
closing
fine with
movie,
that. I would be fine with that.
but that's not really coming back. That's just a closing movie. Coming back is like what Young Justice did.
Me either or.
Says everyone.
What? Or just Young Justice in general, the new season?
I've heard it wasn't very good.
Ah, okay. Oh, let me
Bruh,
subscribe
I'm
to
telling
DC
you,
Universe.
Teen Titans was.
That goes away soon.
Teen Titans was good. I don't care what anybody says.
The old show or what?
No, the new one. Titans was good.
Oh.
See, I heard a lot of mixed things on that, so
Not good enough, apparently.
yeah.
So yeah, all those people that got the DC Universe subscription, tough. DC Universe
Yeah.
is going away.
That
Already?
was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Swamp Thing is potentially getting picked up by CW or another network. It's still up in the air for Titans and Doom Patrol.
Yeah. No plans as of right now on
Yeah.
their future, though.
Mm-hmm. Which apparently Swamp
It
Thing was
did
very
that.
well received as well. So a lot of people are.
Oh yeah, I have a friend in the fighting game community who is huge into Swamp Thing, and he loved it. And when he heard it was going away, he got so very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, had the or has I should say, the dude from Flash, Thawne, Reverse Flash, I believe he's one of the main characters. That actor.
Okay.
Let's see, what else do I have? So we're talking about all the superhero shit. Avengers is coming back to theaters.
Want to go see it?
We
Totally.
all know why. They are like what 100 million away from being Avatar.
Yeah. And it'll do it.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag
You know it.
let's get it.
They got bonus content. People are gonna go to the theaters for that.
Oh yeah.
But then Cameron's not gonna sit on that. When Avatar 3, 5, and 8 comes out next year, he's gonna go, let's re-release Avatar 1 for people who to see in movie theaters with the 3D. And they're just gonna go right back to number 1.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that people are over it.
No. There's people
You'd be surprised. There is still a huge
There
following
are
for those
people to
movies.
this day that say it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Not the
people who have seen
visuals.
it once. The people who have seen it once.
They don't go, the visuals were good. They go, Avatar is a good movie. To this day.
Yeah.
You can shut up.
There's a
It's really
section
rough.
of a theme park dedicated to it, and people love it.
Yep. It's a universe that people seem to love, and
For what?
It's a
boy,
great
I couldn't
question.
tell you with
It's a-
fucking with setup for the world being based off of attaining unobtainium. You know what I mean? People are dumb.
blue alien
It's
sex.
the spectacle that drew them in.
Blue alien sex. That too.
I hate people.
Again, it's space Pocahontas, and that's all people need.
Space Fern Gully. Space other movie that you can make a parallel
Yeah.
to.
You're right.
Um,
I never understood it. My friend Brett, literally, he drove a college roommate out of his dorm building. The guy actually moved out of the building and had got a house on his own just because Brett was watching that movie every day for an entire semester.
My opinion of him has changed.
Yeah.
I used to like him. I don't anymore.
The friend was another mutual friend of my friend groups, and he just came back after that semester was over. He's like, no, I moved out. I'm like, wait, why? He's like, he watches it every day. Every day. I don't understand.
Why, Brett? Let's all right. I have a few more news things.
Really
Go ahead.
quickly. The Cocoa Coffee book of Ruby came out, and they showed what Cocoa semblance is, and it's terrible. And I hate.
I didn't.
Ruby
What?
is the worst.
What is it?
Care to explain? I haven't
Are
seen
you
this.
serious? What happened?
This is from the wiki.
This is like Gotham.
This
When
is from
every
the
week
wiki.
I was like, Gotham's and worse. Gotham's awesome.
Coco's semblance is called hype. It allows her to use her aura to increase the effects and powers of dust. She uses this to power the effects of her Gatling gun bullets, amplifying their power. Ruby is the worst again.
Do you see the character that they introduced with the
Yes.
boob mail?
Myself and Young Money versus had a nice little party about that.
I've seen so many things. People are just like, her nipples would chafe so much. I'm leaving. Versus,
My first thought was she looks like a fan fiction version of Yang's cooler older sister.
I
The
can see
design
that.
is just ridiculous.
I can see
yeah.
that.
She looks terrible. I hate it. Ruby has become the worst again.
I mean, let's face it. Rooster Teeth has its own fair share of bullshit happening to it
Yikes.
as well. Ruby
Oh.
is the least of their
Yeah,
problems now.
so that happened. I forgot about that.
Ruby is the least of their problems.
Yeah,
right
Rooster
now.
Teeth went through a big kerfuffle recently. That's putting it lightly.
I
Um,
never want to go through one of them.
Where a bunch of former animators left a lot of negative Glassdoor reviews, which is like a workplace
Oh,
reviewer website. and Rooster Teeth deleted basically all of them because the company's
Cowards.
are those reviews. People, the internet obviously saved them, and
Mhm.
people came out with a bunch of stuff saying just, we would work 80-hour weeks, no overtime, crunch was hell. They're
I
barely
mean, a good enough summation of the overtime thing. There were reports up that almost a third of the entire product of the past 2 Ruby seasons and Genlock were unpaid work time.
were free. They got that show, a third of it for free. Yeah.
Both Genlock and the past 2 seasons of Ruby, were 1/3 free per season.
So
That's
obviously,
bad.
yeah,
That's
people were calling them on their bullshit, and then the CEO Matt Hullum put out a post. It was just like damage control.
Oh yeah.
They put out a
but
statement.
he put out the statement, and it addressed, okay, we're going to change up our structure for management. We're going to address this. The thing that was never addressed in that letter was
Overtime.
the unpaid overtime.
Yeah. Basically.
So they have no plans on changing how they structure their payment cycles. They're just going to try to change the face of the problem. Band-aid on a bullet wound, as per normal business bullshit. But Mike, so I'm guessing you've read at least most of those Glassdoor pages.
Oh, a good chunk of them.
Did you see the one where the one individual left off with, okay, guys, you're running a real business now. This isn't a bunch of you in your mom's basement playing Halo anymore.
Yes.
Run your company like an actual damn business, please.
Yes.
I read that, and I will never forget that line for line. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah, you're not a bunch of guys playing Halo, making a Halo cartoon in your basement anymore.
Yes.
It's true. They're owned by Warner Bros. I think it's Warner Bros.
Is it Warner Bros?
It's a company that is owned by, or no, it's a company that is owned by Sony. It's Sony. It's Sony.
It's owned by a major conglomerate.
Yeah, basically, it's. I think it was Full Screen, and then they reorganized into something. But Full Screen, I believe, is owned by Sony. So
Yes,
they have big company bucks coming in. So
yeah, it's not a joke company anymore.
Yeah.
So this whole thing of how they're running it is very not good. And to be honest, it didn't come as a surprise to pretty much anybody that I've talked to on Drew's side of things. He expected all of this.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because it's not systemic. It's
they pick people.
It shows.
All of their animators are very young. They're
Yeah.
seem to be fresh out of college, trying to get that first job, trying to get experience, and they get as much as they can milk out of them, and then they leave.
Yeah.
Or they milk them so much that they can't go anywhere else because most other animation jobs are in LA and they're stuck in Texas.
Yeah.
There's nobody else in Texas, and they don't have enough
They're
money to
essentially
move.
breaking entire livelihoods.
Yeah.
Scummy.
It really is. It's not good.
Besides being the people that are the faces of Rooster Teeth, and I would say maybe Achievement Hunter and Funhouse, just kind of the administrative roles around those companies, doesn't seem like Rooster Teeth's a very good place to work.
No. I mean, as a lot of the Glassdoor reviews said, if you're not a part of the cliques, and let's put it like it is, that means if you're not part of the Achievement Hunters, you're not part of Funhouse, if you're not part of the big boys that are all over YouTube, if you're not a FaceTime identity, nobody cares about you in that company, and you will be used and abused and thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's not okay. And if that's one of the things that is consistent across all of those reviews, is they were all saying that there is cliques, there are groups, and if you're a part of it, you're set and you're fine. If you're not, you have no chance.
Yep.
And that's really, really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just everyone likes to think of Rooster Teeth as that. Oh, they're a cool company because they've got that the internet age attitude. But when it comes right down to it,
they're a bunch of boys that made it.
Yeah. But the damage they're doing to their employees is kind of unforgivable, because they're taking that whole identity that they crafted and abusing it, and they're dragging people in that are young and destroying lives.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
they
kind
did
of
it. They got away with it, and they kept doing it.
Yeah.
Because like nobody's calling us out on it.
Yeah.
We're not getting we're getting nothing but benefits. So why not keep doing it?
To quote Drew, their fan base at this point is more like a cult. So the people who have been waving their hands at the rumors of this for the past few years are fine with it, and they're not saying anything about it. And if they are, they're just apologizing for it.
Oh, yeah.
They're being not apologetic. They're
Apologists.
yeah, they're apologists. They're just like, oh, it's fine. They learned their lesson. See what Matt said. It's all going to get better. But in the meantime, that's not going to happen. It's just, it's cult of personality, as it were. It's just they've kind of built that thing up around themselves, and now people that they have will stay until their content dries up because they're not going to get too many new fans. I think at this point, not for a while at least.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if they get another hit show or not. I don't know if
True,
Genlock
but their
was
fandom,
that.
Their fandom
No,
no, it's not, dude. It's bad. Nobody likes Genlock. There is no hype around Genlock.
But they're submitting it for an Emmy.
No, they're pushing their cult fandom to push for an
if
Emmy.
anything, I would request that you watch Genlock. If nothing else,
request of your personage to watch Genlock.
Is that to
It's
BG or
bad.
me?
BG.
Oh no!
I want somebody to share in my misery.
I'll get to it.
Bad.
I'll get to it eventually.
I feel like
bad.
we could check that out the next time we all get together. I'd say we do like a group watch.
What do you want me to do? Genlock or rush through some JoJo?
I'd say JoJo.
There
It's
you
always JoJo.
There you go.
But if it was JoJo or Fairy Tail, I'd say Fairy Tail. If it was Fairy Tail or Bleach, I'd say Bleach. But if it was Bleach or JoJo, I'd say JoJo.
Jesus.
What a triangle of like,
Honestly.
it's like when you play a mobile game and it's like these 5 elements beat each other. And it's just one circle.
The inner monologue Pokemon game of what show trumps what.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
My man versus. Get in there. Get right in there.
No. Don't do that.
V-Man doing it.
Drew, don't do this to yourself.
Oh, he's a female. Like, hold on.
I got confused for a second too, actually.
Guys.
V-Man the second. Lil V. Not that Lil V.
That's interesting. Like, I just realized too that they've met each other as well. So
Yes, they have.
Oh, they slept in the same bed.
oh.
Big V and Little V.
Versus who was Big Spoon and who was Little Spoon. This is important.
Who was the Big V?
Yeah, speaking of stuff that like I've been putting off for a long time, BG, I think you're the one who played this. I finally started playing Gravity Rush.
Yo!
Oh, okay.
Gravity Rush is hype.
It's so fun.
Beat 1 and I'm on 2 right now.
Oh, man.
Because like I had nothing really to play. I was like kind of playing Persona, and I kept just not going back to it. And I'm just like, what games do I have? Like what?
You know why? Because you know the good one's coming out soon.
I don't even. I want to play Persona again, but I want Royal.
Yeah,
It's
But it's a tenuous 2020 strong.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to regular Persona 5 because
farts.
it's over half a year away. That's too long for me.
it is quite a long.
Yeah, Gravity Rush 1 was fine. Like I was annoyed that it was like
you can stop. You can stop.
sorry, not fine. Like I didn't mean fine. It was good.
Okay.
Okay.
We were
Sorry.
about to have words.
There's a
I was about to say, just don't even play 2.
forgot fine is a loaded term amongst us.
Yes.
It was good. I I was initially annoyed with the gibberish language, but I got over it really quickly. I just from the pictures, I was expecting Kat to have a different personality, but I am fine with how she is. I love her.
No, I'm so glad.
Yeah, I love Cat.
She seems like such a dumb, serious character, edgy and all that. I know she's just a big dumb goofball.
Yeah. And then
It's great.
like there is and you know the mechanics of the game are awesome. Like I love games that just have done something that I've never played before, and this game has the gravity mechanic is fucking cool.
It's an amazing.
It's so good.
It's just awesome. And then Gravity Rush 2 basically just polished. It's basically the same game, but there's just a coat of polish.
Yes.
The world is just like once I got to the area where it kind of opens up, like I finally was like, as I do with a lot of games, I go and get all the collectibles whenever I can. So I just went around and got all the fucking gems in everywhere that I could.
Me too. I was so overpowered.
And as I'm like looking around, I'm like looking in the sky. I'm like, huh, that looks like something. So I start going up there. I'm like, oh fuck, this is another place. There was no loading screen. There was nothing.
Just going up.
And
hey, keep falling, Mike. You're gonna go on off to another world too.
I did.
It's nuts.
Just how big that world is, and just with your powers. Unless the game fucking forces you, like when you go to the government section and like, oh shit. Okay, can't go there. I will be shot out of the sky. But yeah, Gravity Rush, great games. I'm still working my way through 2. I heard that they plan to make a Gravity Rush 3, but the director is just waiting for the next set of hardware. So once PS5 comes out, or whatever they call it, Gravity Rush 3 will be on it. More than likely, but you never fucking know.
I feel like that'd be a really good VR.
At least VR segments.
Yeah.
No, that seems like a lot of vertigo.
I was gonna say, if it was still, because like for Breath of the Wild, they had the Labo VR thing, and it was still the behind the back camera, but as you turned your head, it turned the camera. Like that I could see and not giving you motion sickness, but if it was first person and you're just fucking flipping around.
Just spinning all down. No, can't do it.
Yeah, I could. that would make me hurl. I can go on coasters and stuff just fine, but not being able to like know where I'm going would ruin me. Oh, if that happened, we could put Ralph in that. Mr. I hate going on coasters.
Yeah,
roller coasters are so fun.
You think that, but they don't fit me right, so I end up not really enjoying the experience, and instead shift around feel like I'm dying.
I can understand that.
I hate heights.
I don't like I was explaining this to everybody at Cedar Point. It's not the heights don't get me, the speed don't get me. The one roller coaster I was on, it was fine. It was just the fact that I've been on a few now since the first one, and each time I've been on one, they don't fit my body right. None of the restraints ever do. And so I'm sliding around, and it's that nervousness. It's that anxiety that I'm going to fall out that is very real because I don't fit in them right. It's not fun. It kills it. I can't enjoy that stuff.
Well, we're gonna get
Let
you.
me fall out.
I don't like heights.
Let me
The end.
fall out.
The end.
Family set
I
forever.
don't like it.
We're just gonna
Get in there, monies.
We're just gonna get you on a diet. That way you can fit on the rides, and we'll get you through this fear.
Uh-huh. Okay. Good luck with that.
Yep.
Let's see how that works out.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
I'm just gonna go through the last bit of news bits that I have. Mario Maker 2 is out Friday. More than likely gonna get it, and if I actually feel like it, make some levels for us for whenever we do our hangout. Or just download some good ones, which is what I'll probably do.
There are more creative people than us out there.
Oh yes,
and God bless them.
Yep. I forget where I heard this. I think it was actually a Rooster Teeth podcast almost a decade ago at this point. But someone on the podcast was asking of a word That like the definition would be you have confidence that you know there is someone out there that is way better at a certain thing than you are. That word doesn't exist, but he wanted one to. Evangelion
TNA show.
Netflix dub, which I guess they redubbed it,
Yes, they did.
Oh yeah, entirely new dub.
and people are
And they got
angry.
rid of
Big
got rid of-
mad.
they got rid of the ending, so there's no "Fly Me to the Moon" from the original, and
To the moon.
the new dub is apparently nowhere near as good. Kaiser Neko came out on Twitter and said he actually liked this dub more because he felt like the voice actors were more close to the Japanese voice actors' representation of the characters. But he's getting slapped back by the rest, saying that they shouldn't sound the same as the Japanese cast. They should have their own character for English voice dubs. And so there was a lot of back and forth.
I heard that it was a good dub. That's all I've heard.
I've
heard
been
that-
seeing.
I've heard
a
that
lot
it's
of
a good dub, and I've heard people going, "It's a bad dub." ... Nostalgia.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking it as too. I haven't watched it yet, just for no real reason. But yeah, I'm just banking that it's all just nostalgia and rose-tinted glasses fucking with people.
I've been liking a lot of people where it's just like the fact that it's available on Netflix now is reigniting a lot of old meme debates for Evangelion. Let's see, what else do I got here? Spider-Verse is coming to Netflix. It's actually today. It's
On
coming
Netflix.
today. Yeah, it is on Netflix
Yeah.
right now.
I have seen it so many
If you've
times.
not seen it, go fucking watch it. It's an amazing.
I have
movie.
it. My friend bought it, the Blu-ray version, and it came with a digital code, so I own that shit too on my PC.
There you go.
Hell yeah, I love that
Big boy,
fucking movie.
money's for everybody.
Yep.
It's probably the best Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, I think so
It's
too.
not my favorite. My favorite is still 2.
You look at me for
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, no, my favorite still 2.
Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
Of course. Itsy
How did you
Bitsy-
know?
Dubstep Itsy Bitsy Spider, you can't beat it.
What were they doing? No joke. What were they
What were
doing?
they doing?
What was the thought process behind Amazing Spider-Man 2? He's in the middle of all this conflict and he goes, "Time to solve the stuff my dad was doing. Here's a train."
Time to stop the movie. Dead.
What were they doing? I could have wrote that.
Harry Potter Go came out, which is
Yeah.
the joke. It's just the Harry Potter mobile game made by the same people who made Pokemon Go. Yeah, it exists.
Oh, certainly does.
DBZ Kakarot, according to Akira Toriyama, is going to have never before seen canon backstories.
Shut
Oh
up.
my
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Oh, that just pissed me. Why would you tell me this?
Because I knew it would.
You had 47 years for backstory. All them Dragon Ball games that came out that just retail the same, and y'all jamokes eat it up.
But this
None
one,
of that.
this one
It's
won't.
just the same.
This one isn't. It's going to have more, BG. It's going to have more, DA. More.
This is terrible.
That's the slogan for Dragon Ball. More.
Just so y'all can, for your dollaroo. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, that's really bad.
And then the last thing that I have on here is the other like fucking controversy that happened the past 2 weeks. The Tifa boob gate. Oh my
Oh,
god,
shut
people.
Shut up,
Shut up.
everyone.
It got worse today or yesterday.
Sports bras exist.
I hate-
Yeah.
shut up.
It got even worse yesterday because you heard about the Dissidia announcement, right?
Oh, or she's in it and if people
She's
are
in Dissidia and they have her quote unquote original design with like the skin tight, mini skirt and the simple wife beater with no bra. And so everyone is now freaking out, like, look, they got it right in Dissidia. This is the only official thing.
and if you really fucking look, it's the same fucking boob size. Like
It's the same. People just are stupid.
which if you're really looking at it,
No.
if she's wearing a goddamn sports bra and it's the same size, that means her boobs are bigger. 'Cause that's what sports bras do. They shove that shit down. Oh, I
hate
just
people.
the internet. Thirsty internet.
Dumb
Errors
internet.
intensify.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fucking pathetic.
Oh boy. All right. With that.
Hold on, I got one thing.
Oh.
I got one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of downtime, so I like to read comics, web comics, manga, blah blah blah. There's a web comic that I read called Scoob and Shag that I recommend.
Okay.
You can roll your eyes all you want. DA.
Whoa.
DA.
I will. I did.
For what? You enjoy it,
Sure do. Shut up about it.
but other people haven't heard of it. And I want everybody to hear about this. Scoob and Shag, it started out as just a meme Scooby and Shaggy web comic.
Mhm.
And that's basically what it is for like the first 17 chapters, but every chapter's like 2. So you can just speed through. You can read the whole thing in like an hour, really. And then at part 17, it starts with the story, and it basically becomes Hanna-Barbera cartoons meets JoJo.
Interesting.
That's literally what it is, and I f***ing love it. So everybody, go read Scoob and Shag and
Okay.
support the artists if you enjoy it.
Okay, Mickey Mouse is in this.
Yes. Why are you reading it? You're gonna spoil yourself.
I'm just breezing through it. I'm not reading. I'm just kind of looking at the
Okay,
pictures.
yeah. Mickey is in it. You get Patrick, SpongeBob's in it. Homer, Bart. Hey Arnold.
What's her name from
Joe.
Popeye? I saw.
Yep. Popeye himself is in it. It's mostly Hanna-Barbera, but they just bring people from all. It started out as a meme, then it's turned into like a horror comic for like 10 chapters, and then it just becomes JoJo.
Interesting.
It's amazing, and I say read it from chapter 1, even though it's just memes.
Okay.
Okay.
43 X-Men facts.
Ooh.
Who was your favorite, Mike? Someone said Cyclops.
What is wrong with you? Well, he's a really dorky white dude.
So? Dorky
And
white
he's
dude.
a dorky white dude.
Dorky white dudes not want to be dorky white dudes. They don't want to identify. They want to be the Wolverine.
I've
Yeah,
never
what
thought
is-
that at all, ever.
You know what? Maybe he was like, I can't even aspire to be that.
I was
That's
fine
too
being
much.
a dorky white dude because I was a dorky white dude.
Was? What do you mean?
Still am. Was, is, ever present.
Was, is, be.
Yes. All right. I guess I'll pick then. Let's go with 29.
Good. I like the scrolling ones as opposed
The pages.
Yeah. That one sucks.
Dorky white dude. Was his
Oh
be?
boy.
Ralph, you pick.
7.
It's 7.
When the X-Men film was still being casted, both Michael Jackson and Shaquille O'Neal made a serious push to get themselves right in the film.
Ah,
Why?
that
Who?
doesn't surprise me. But still.
Why?
My name is Darwin.
Who's pushing for this?
Jackson and Neal.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Who
Them
wants this?
But they're Michael Jackson and Shaquille O'Neal. How could they not get in? What? Did they go? Did Shaquille O'Neal be like, I want to be Wolverine? That's the only role I'm taking.
You know what? I want to put it past him.
He's 5'3", and you're 7'3".
Berserker
Make it work.
All right. With that,
Michael could have been Banshee.
Man, she's a woman.
yes.
Dude, come on. Just flip it. It don't matter. Who cares?
I feel like Michael would have tried to go Mystique.
Mystique. I was gonna say Morph.
Hey, no.
Huh.
What's that?
Who the Sabretooth?
That's not good.
No. Like
That's
Juggernaut?
That's like the only Jugs.
Jugs wasn't in the first movie.
I
I'm
know
thinking
he
of the
wasn't,
people
but-
that were in the first movie. And the only tall-ish dude I can think of was.
You know what
No,
happens
I
when a
think
town really
Colossus was
gets.
in the first one for like a split second.
Two. He was in
Or was he
two.
in the-
He was in two.
No, he was actually in two, but I think he was in part one for like a split second.
Nope. He was not. Believe me.
Fact check.
Do you know what happens
This
to a
podcast
toad
I listen
when
to
it's struck by lightning?
is
Same thing that happens to everything else.
perfect. We got it.
Okay.
Halle Berry. Oh, I lost the role. Who'd I lose it to? Shaquille O'Neal.
Sorry, Hallie.
Oh, no.
All right, with that, thank you everybody for tuning in to this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We will see you next week.
Later.